High Chief versus Tribal Chief. Did WWE just tease Roman Reigns versus The Rock for WrestleMania 41? It may finally be time for WWE to deliver a delayed WrestleMania dream match. 1 year ago, it seemed as if the stage was set for Roman Reigns to go toe-to-toe with The Rock on the grandest stage of them all. However, the vitriol of the WWE Universe vehemently against Royal Rumble winner Cody Rhodes being passed over forced WWE to pivot into Rhodes versus Reigns 2.1 year later. WWE seems to be planting the seeds again for Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania, but this time, they may actually follow through based on an emphasis on their Samoan titles. Monday Night Raw's premiere on Netflix saw Reigns defeat Solo Sikoa to become the undisputed Tribal Chief, but not without the blessing of The Rock presenting Reigns with the Ula Fala. What's most significant about their post-match interaction is that, prior, The Rock continually emphasized that he is the High Chief Seiuli for the Anoa'i family tree, which in Samoan cultures ranks higher than a tribal chief. How did The Rock become a High Chief? While WWE loves to blur the lines between reality and fiction, High Chief Seiuli is a position that The Rock holds in real life. The term first caught the attention in a post on X that he posted the day before Raw's Netflix premiere. In it, The Rock would announce his upcoming appearance on the show, while also expressing his excitement about soon returning to Samoa. He'd refer to himself as the High Chief Seiuli and allude to the weight that title comes with, carrying his Samoan culture proudly, with respect wherever he goes. Any High Chief in Samoan culture serves as the sacred order of the family, responsible for being the key decision-maker. As outlined by the Samoa Observer, Dwayne Johnson was first anointed with the title when he visited the island country in 2004. There, he met with the late Paramount Chief Malietoa Tanyamafili II, the then head of state of Samoa, who officially ordained the honor on the former WWE World Champion. The High Chief Seiuli is a title that must be bestowed on someone of Samoan descent by another high-ranking official of Samoan heritage. Roman Reigns first became the Tribal Chief at WWE's Hell in a Cell Premium Live event in 2020, marking the official start of the bloodline. As with the High Chief role, the Tribal Chief must be crowned and elected as such by another high-ranking Samoan of the family. For Reigns, he was awarded the Ula Fala by Gatai Vesa Afa a Michuanai Anoa'i and Pola Iveo Lidi Sika a Michuanai Anoa'i, better known as WWE Hall of Famers Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans. Both are the proverbial heads of their family, respectively being Roman's uncle and father. In Samoan cultures, the Tribal Chief is essentially the leader and first option for the family, conducting all public matters regarding the family. However, in legal terms, the Tribal Chief would essentially be the director to the High Chief CEO position, meaning that legally, the Tribal Chief is quite literally beneath the High Chief. While the Tribal Chief is the head leader, he does often need to get approval from the High Chief for major decisions, and oftentimes, the High Chief can overrule the Tribal Chief's decisions. That brings everything back to how these Samoan traditions can potentially weave their way into current WWE storylines. After his ex-post, The Rock's High Chief Seiuli title would be names dropped by him constantly in his opening promo in the Raw premiere on Netflix. While this is obviously a title that The Rock is proud of and expresses through his promo how proud he is of being a High Chief, this would be the first time he'd mention it in WWE storylines on screen, which may not be a coincidence. Following Reigns' tribal combat match with Solo Sikoa, The Rock would enter the ring and choose to personally crown Roman Reigns as the Tribal Chief by adorning him with the Ula Fala. On the surface, this looks like the people's champion paying respect to his distant cousin. But with the context that The Rock literally and legally ranks above Roman Reigns in their family hierarchy, this is The Rock giving his blessing for Reigns to be the Tribal Chief, allowing him to wear the Ula Fala. No major decision happens without the High Chief's approval, not even a Tribal Chief's appointment. The WWE Universe can't forget that just over a year ago, on the Day 1 episode of Raw, Rock first teased a match with Roman Reigns by declaring he wanted a seat at the head of the table, Reigns' nickname. As High Chief, The Rock has an actual stake in the Tribal Chief seat at the table, and that stake seems amplified as both parties are once again on the road to WrestleMania 1 year later. All signs seem to be pointing back to the WrestleMania sign for these two, and WWE could be using their respective Samoan titles to foreshadow the inevitable. Roman Reigns feuding with 32-year-old WWE star after beating Solo Sikoa must happen, says veteran. After chasing it for months, Roman Reigns finally took possession of the Ula Fala by beating Solo Sikoa last Monday on WWE Raw. Wrestling veteran Conan recently suggested that the OTC should now enter a feud with another Bloodline member after leading a coup within the Bloodline following Roman Reigns' loss to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. Solo Sikoa added new members to his faction, including Jacob Fatu. Although the OTC had his eyes set on getting back his Ula Fala from his former enforcer, he also had multiple interactions with the Samoan werewolf. The latter even almost cost the former undisputed WWE Universal Champion the tribal combat last Monday on Raw. Speaking on the Keepin' It 100 podcast, Conan claimed the Stanford-based company should book Reigns in a feud with Fatu as the next chapter in the Bloodline storyline. That was my favorite storyline, but it just dragged too long. I think now if they're going to do something, just do something between Jacob and Roman, he said. Paul Heyman revealed Roman Reigns' plans on WWE SmackDown. After Roman Reigns won the Tribal Combat match on Monday Night Raw's debut on Netflix, his Wiseman Hall of Famer Paul Heyman appeared on SmackDown to reveal the OTC's plans. He invited Cody Rhodes to the ring to inform him that his tribal chief wanted his undisputed WWE Championship back. Heyman disclosed that Reigns will participate in the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble. He claimed that the tribal chief plans to win the match and challenge the American Nightmare for the title at WrestleMania 41. The 39-year-old and Rhodes squared off in the main event of the show of shows the past 2 years. While Reigns beat the current champion in 2023, he lost last year. It would be interesting to see if the OTC will successfully recapture the championship after he retrieved the Ula Fala. WWE reportedly planning big moment with The Rock and Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble. The Rock might interfere in the Royal Rumble and eliminate Roman Reigns, kicking off a rivalry for WrestleMania. The WWE Universe can't forget that just over a year ago, on the Day 1 episode of Raw, Rock first teased a match with Roman Reigns by declaring he wanted a seat at the head of the table, Reigns' nickname. As High Chief, The Rock has an actual stake in the tribal chief seat at the table, and that stake seems amplified as both parties are once again on the road to WrestleMania 1 year later. All signs seem to be pointing back to the WrestleMania sign for these two, and WWE could be using their respective Samoan titles to foreshadow the inevitable. WWE reportedly planning big moment with the Row.